Hello. It's good to see everyone again. If I could see you, I'm imagining you. If you're in the clouds right now, I can see you. Um, Today, I'm going to show you how I cipher material, how I get through the material. You know, this is what I do. I read a lot and I watch documentaries. I'm like constantly learning. What I did was I found out that there was a problem in our government, or I was thinking that there might be. So I went out to prove or disprove it. And shockingly, what I found is it looks like there's some massive corruption going on. And, people want to label it a conspiracy. That's whatever. Conspiracy, conspire means what? More than one person in a room. So, like two people in a room are conspiring to do something. That's a conspiracy. So, it's a real loosely used word. It's used in the broadest of senses. And what I'm saying is, sure, it's a conspiracy. Sure, people talk about this in their smoke-filled rooms or whatever, but it happens. I don't. However you want to see it, however you want to think it happens, however you want to put it together in your head, But the information is now it's coming forth. Okay, we know about the Bilderberg Group. We know about the CFR, the Council on Foreign Relations. We know about the Trilateral Commission. We know about these groups that have come into existence to benefit the rich and powerful, the almighty ones, okay, the royalty, the bloodlines, the illuminated ones, many names for the same thing, okay? We are being manipulated. Our government has been taken over essentially by these powers that be. Okay, if you want to call them the shadow government, fine. Then it's the shadow government that's doing it. But it's happening. It's happening. And it's happening right before your eyes. But you're not seeing it, many of you, because because life is so beautiful. And sometimes you can get caught up in the beauty of life and forget that there's a bad element out there. The good and the bad, the positive, the negative, the black, the white, whatever you want to do with your opposites, you do it. But for every positive action on this earth, there appears to be a negative one, and it seems like the negative are outweighing the positive at this point in time. And this is happening on purpose. People are doing this on purpose. This is the conclusions I've been coming to, okay? And they're not good conclusions. I get it, and I don't want to know. I don't want this on my shoulders either. But I think it needs to be on all of our shoulders. We need to share this weight, okay? Because this is too heavy for me. So I need to give some of this to you because I can't do it all myself. I can see what I see. I need you to verify what I see so that then we both see. I think it's better to have two people seeing than one, because the first person might miss something, the second person might pick it up. Okay, four eyes are better than two, whatever you want to look, however you want to look at it. So what I want to do today is I want to cipher a piece of material. I'm going to show you how I cipher material. What's that mean? How I take what's written in the text and look at it, how I analyze it in my head and say, is this disinformation or is this good information? There's so much bad information. The government is paying public relations firms to teach them how to spread information, disinformation, to disillusion you, okay, away from the point, which is over here. They got you over here somewhere, not even thinking about the fact that the point's over here. This is what's really going on. But we're so caught up in what color our hair is and our nails done this week that we often get disillusioned. But that's fine. We need to come back to God, people. We need to open ourselves up. We need to find love in our lives. Love's not in your watch or your new clothes. That's not love. Love is here in the heart, and that's what needs to be spread. Okay, so today let's do this. I think I'm in Profit Over People. That's Noam Chomsky. If I can get that on there. Profit Over People. This is a picture of Noam, if you can see that. Good looking dude. Anyway, Noam is a writer. Okay, he breaks things down though. He tells you, look, this is what's going on, and he's a researcher. He's a historian. He's a he's a well-to-do man up here. He's got a great brain, and he's just, you know, this is something. This is I just picked a paragraph out of the blue. Like I opened it up randomly, found a page, and I threw a dart basically in my mind, and it hit the third paragraph. So that's what I'm going to read. While the Clinton administration, exploiting the privilege of the powerful, attributes the grim consequences of economic warfare without parallel in current history to the policies of the regime from which it promises to liberate the policies of the regime that of which it promises to liberate the suffering Cuban people. So what this is saying is that Clinton is saying, look, it's the Cubans who are doing it. It's their policies that are causing all of this economic chaos. It's not us, it's them, right? In the second part of this paragraph, we have from which it, a more plausible conclusion is more nearly the reverse. The American economic strangulation of Cuba has been designed, maintained, and in the post-Cold War era, intensified for the reason implicit in author Schlesinger's report to incoming President Kennedy. All right. Sounds like a lot of information. It's not. What it's saying here is first, you know, this is how I do it. I take the first paragraph and you'll see, you know, I color code things. You know, I love people say, why do you use colors? Because that's how I learn information. Okay. It's what works for me. So you do what works for you. So let's break it down. Let's cipher the paragraph. Okay. While the Clinton administration exploiting the privilege of the powerful. So he's saying, the Clinton administration exploits the privileged, powerful people in this country. Is that true or false? Who's Bill Clinton looking out for? Is he looking out for the corporations over there? Is he looking out for us, the American people, the patriots of this country, the ones that do hold the guns and get shot in the field of action? You know, is he looking out for them or us? What's going on? I think Noam's kind of, you know, throwing a little thing saying, this is what he's doing. Attributes the grim consequences of economic warfare. Like I said, he's saying the Cubans regime is the reason. So is that true? Okay, in the second part of the sentence, Noam says, no, that's not true. It's the reverse of that. It's the American policy that's been doing this, and they've been doing it over a long period of time. It's not one regime that's doing it. It's done over multiple eras. Okay, this goes back many, many years. Okay, this isn't something new. This has been going on for a long time. This is what Noam's telling us. And that it's gotten even more intense since the end of the Cold War. Why would that be? You know, because maybe we're putting more money into our defense than ever before. Okay, that's American policy to do that. American policy says, let's put more money into our defense. What do we do when we get that money? We spend it by dropping bombs on innocent people because this country won't give us the oil that we want, or they won't give us enough bananas, or you know, we told him to jump backwards. He can only jump forward. You know, this is how we penalize the world. Who are we? Who are we? Okay, the CIA has had the CIA, if you don't know, has run coups in many countries. I think it started in 1953, Kermit Roosevelt. Look it up. Where the American CIA, I believe this was their first coup that they ever instigated. And they overthrew Mossadegh, the Iraqi president at the time, who was trying to nationalize his oil so that he could help feed the people in his country. That's all he wanted to do. I say he's from Iran, Mossadegh. Since then, we've done this many, many times, and we do it over and over again. We've started coups in countries all over the place. Venezuela, Peru, you know, Vietnam. We all know about Vietnam and Korea. I mean, these are all things done because of American policy. They had nothing to do with that country's policy. It had everything to do with America's policy. This whole thing we call free trade, there's nothing free about it. It's do what America says, or we're going to hurt you, or you're going to see people die in the streets from our guns. This is how we imperialize this planet with our force, with our might. Is that good or is that bad? And will there be blowback? You know, will there be blowback? 9/11, people would say that's blowback. All right? So what is blowback? Blowback means if you continue to screw people, eventually they're going to get pissed off. It's kind of like slavery. Eventually there's going to be a revolution. You know? So, all right, thanks for listening. I'll have more for you very shortly. Thank you.